All right, how's it going, MediaCom? Just a quick tutorial here to show you how to do the Principles of Design worksheet. So it's really important before you do this worksheet that you do watch the two videos that are posted in Schoology. So the first one is on balance, the second one is on emphasis. That'll really help you understand what we're looking for when we talk about balance and emphasis. So on this worksheet, you're just going to go ahead and create two drawings for me. One drawing, you're going to really clearly show me balance in your drawing. And then one drawing, you'll show me emphasis. So again, that's why watching those videos are really important to see what I'm looking for. But this is kind of your chance to be creative as you want to be, and kind of start creating something for us. So we're not using Photoshop or anything too fancy yet. We're just going to go ahead and stick here in Google Docs. But just like we did last time with the color worksheet, right? We can go ahead and insert a drawing into this worksheet here. So I'll go ahead and go up to Insert, and I'll go down to, so again, I got my cursor right here underneath Balance because that's where I want the drawing. So I'll go Insert, and I'll go down to Drawing, and I'll say a new drawing. Now this will bring up a Google Drawing canvas for me that I can mess around with. So in here, there is some tools up here at the top. You can turn on guides and stuff like that if you want, but the big thing here is we do have a line tool, an arrow tool, curved tool, a scribble tool. So if you want to just scribble, you can choose the scribble tool, right? And you can scribble what you want. Now with the scribble tool, you can do some changes here. You can change the line color, right? Maybe that's my grassy hills. Maybe I want that green. I can change the thickness of the line, right? I can change whether the line's dotted or dashed, or whether it has an arrow at the beginning of their ends. Let's see, I can put in, right? So that was a freehand draw, right? I could obviously put in just lines if I wanted lines. Maybe I'm going to put some trees on this hill here. So this is a tree, so maybe we'll do some brown, right? So that's the line tool. Next to it, we have the shape tool. So we have a bunch of different shapes that are kind of built in here. We got arrows, talk bubbles, equations. So let's grab this one. Go ahead and make some trees, let's say. Let's go to custom color here. I want something in there. Okay. Oops. I was still on my line tool when I changed that color, so I'm going to undo that. So if I hit Control Z, that'll undo that. So anyway, I'm going to go back to my shape. I want to do this shape here. Oh. Try it again. Do that shape. There it goes. It's kind of a cloud shape, I guess, but we're going to pretend it's a tree for right now. And so I'll go ahead and change this shape color to what I wanted it originally. There we go. And let's see, what else could I do? It'd be cool if I could fill in between those two, but I don't think I can. So I guess I always could have just used a different shape for that. Maybe I use this instead. No. All right, well, so that shape's not showing up the way I want. So some things to notice with the change of the shape. You can definitely send stuff. So let's just say that I got my tree top there first, and then I want to go put in the bottom of my tree. Maybe I'm just going to use a square this time for the bottom of my tree, or a triangle. That's fine. Right, but now this triangle is on top of my tree, right? So I want to send it to the back. So what I can do is right click on it and say order, and I can say send backwards, or I can right click on it and say order and say send to back, and then I'll go behind everything. I can also rotate it. So if I want to rotate it, I can rotate it here. If I want to flip it, so maybe I don't like the way that it's oriented, maybe I want the the triangle to go the other way, so I can right click on it and say, oops. So under rotate, there's an option that says flip horizontally and flip vertically. So flip vertically flips it upside down, right? Flip horizontally, flip it the other way, right? It doesn't do a whole lot for this one. It's already that way. So you can rotate, flip, you can move stuff up and down different levels. If you want to change, maybe I don't want this black line around my tree here. So I go here to the border color and I could change it to maybe a different, maybe I want it to be dark green, right? So go ahead and create something that has balance. So like we saw in the video, right? You kind of imagine that there's a balance beam here and you're trying to balance things out, right? So you might have one bigger object on one side, counterbalanced by multiple smaller objects on the other side. Or maybe you have one big object towards the center and one smaller object off to the side, further away from the center, and that would balance it out. So again, trying to achieve a sense of unity, a sense of balance here with our design. So you got some time, definitely play around, come up with something cool. So you're going to do one drawing here that will show me balance, and then you'll do the same thing for emphasis, right? You'll go insert, same thing, drawing, a new drawing. And I want you to create me something that shows emphasis, right? As we saw in the video, that could be just as simple as you got a bunch of circles. Oops. Right? And just having a bunch of circles, I have no point of emphasis, but if I went and changed one to a different color, all of a sudden I have emphasis, right? You're focusing on this red circle. That's really basic. I think you guys can do something a lot better than that. So again, be creative. Show me what you got. The more creative you are, the more points I'm going to give you. All right, so I give extra credit points on this assignment. If you do something cool, something creative, more than just some circles on the page, you will definitely get extra credit. In fact, I did upload an example here for you. This is just the first one I found from last year that I could grab. Somebody took a little bit of time and created some stuff. Again, we did this in Word last year, but so here you go. You got, right, one big tree kind of counterbalanced by a bunch of small trees, so they create a little scene there. And here's like a lightning bolt, so there's some emphasis. So again, come up with something cool. If you do something cool, I definitely want you to share it with the class, and I'll give you some extra credit, all right? So have fun. Yeah, and we'll see you.